What is going on, Armchair Army? We have a great episode lined up for you here today. We have a brand new segment called the Schmick Showdown, so I'm really excited to introduce that today. A lot of NBA news, a lot of NFL news, and then some college football talk as well today. A lot of news going on, not a lot of action around the sports world, but that is just fine. We are going to roll with it here on the Armchair Army podcast. I can't wait to drop this episode and talk to you guys this week. So without further ado, let's roll. All right, everybody, we are going to start with some NFL news today. The Carolina Panthers are up for sale, and Steph Curry, Diddy, I saw Colin Kaepernick is getting involved in the talks of the sale of the Carolina Panthers, and no active NBA or other current professional athlete owns another league's team, so that'll be really interesting if Steph Curry and a group of current NBA players or just current players in general get a hold of ownership of the team. You got to have some serious money in order to own not just an NFL team, but a professional sports team. You have to shell out a ton of money. And I know these guys make a bunch of money, but I don't know if they're NFL owner rich yet. But that'll be really interesting. I actually saw some really funny things about Colin Kaepernick wanting to become an owner and the money he would have to put up. And I'm just going to say this. There's no freaking way that Colin Kaepernick has enough money to own an NFL team, especially with not being employed for the past 2 years. Nobody's really talking about that, but like the dude is straight unemployed. Like if you cannot get a job in the NFL and you don't work, like you're unemployed. I don't care what profession you're in. Like you're not making any money. So he can be an advocate all he wants, but he's making $0. Like he might have some endorsements, but overall, like you're not NFL owner rich, buddy. Steph Curry's making $40 million a year off his salary alone. He signed a $400 million deal with Under Armour. That dude's got NFL owner money maybe. Colin Kaepernick, not so much. So I just want to stop those talks already, but moving on into some more NFL talk, we've got NFL ref talk. And I feel like this comes up every maybe 2-3 weeks about what the NFL refs are doing. And as you know, I'm a huge fat ref advocate. By my own statistics that have been done in my head in the recent months, I have concluded that fat refs make zero mistakes, and Ed Hockley and these ripped refs that spend all day in the gym make way more mistakes. So I am going with the bring back fat ref movement, and I need that to come back immediately. So bring back fat refs. They are the key to your success. What's a catch? What's not a catch? No idea, but I guarantee fat refs can figure it out. I like that is my only explanation. I can't tell you what a catch is. I can't tell you what a catch is not, but fat refs can, and I'm going to stick by that. So that's actually all I have for the NFL today with the Carolina Panthers going up for sale, the debacle with the what's a catch, not a catch, and then them pulling out a note card. Of all things, the refs pull out a note card to see if it's a first down or not, and then there's a memo around the league now that you cannot use note cards to indicate first downs. You think? So, I don't know, just a little tip, refs. You probably don't want to bring out a piece of paper next time. But that's going to be all for NFL talk. The hot stove in the MLB is heating up. Longoria is going to the Giants, and I have a very big soft spot in my heart for players that are on very bad teams and are very good players. And I feel like that's been created in me because I'm a huge Seattle Mariners fan, and we just imprison people for life and make them not win any championships, i.e., Ken Griffey Jr., i.e. Robinson Cano. I'm so sorry. Like, I wish the Seattle Mariners were better, but I have a huge soft spot for players going to contenders after they've done their time with their initial team. He did a great job with the Rays. He's a huge member of the Tampa Bay Society, so hats off to him. But I just want to say I think that Longoria is going to be a perfect fit with the Giants, and it's going to be really awesome to see him there. and I wish him the best with the Giants. And not that I'm a Giants fan, but I wish him all the success. He definitely deserves it. It's a Carlos Beltran kind of deal. When Carlos Beltran won the World Series this year and got a ring with the Houston Astros, not like he was a huge contributor, but he's one of those imprisoned dudes that has never won a World Series. So it was nice to see him get a ring on his finger. But that is going to be all the news that I have for this week. The new segment is coming up with Noah Schmick and the Schmick Show. So without further ado, we are going to get this going. So let's go.
You're listening to the Schmick Showdown on the Armchair Army Podcast.
To think Lane Kiffin, the Lane train, would stay anywhere for 10 years is laughable, Clayton Panzeri. I mean, Fort Atlantic, it's a nice school, beautiful location, low expectations. No true culture has been established there yet, but Florida Atlantic University has no state income tax, which, that's perfect for, salaries Kiffin, or the Kiffin salary that he's earning there at FAU with the Owls. But sometimes, a place just chooses you. Yeah, sure, he's making, $950,000 a year. But that's a laughable statement that you think Kiffin is going to stay there for 10 years. I mean, what do you think, Clayton?
Dude, I think you're completely wrong because he has employed his brother. He's employed his dad. He's made this a family affair, and I don't think the Kiffins are going freaking anywhere. They're going to park their ass in FAU for so long and make whatever run they have got going on there last as long as possible. Recruit East Mississippi Community College players up the gang. Recruit people that have multiple DUIs and felonies and whatever they have just to be good on the field. As long as the product on the field is good. People don't understand. They sold a freaking game out this year. Like, FAU hasn't sold a game out since 1901, it seems like. FAU is so obsolete that Lane Kiffin has actually turned their program all the way around.
What I'm thinking here, the only reason he didn't get a big job this year is that administrators from other schools, they don't trust him. And I also think they don't get the power of Twitter. This man makes multiple references to, I think he said his favorite coach, Mr. Mike Leach, obviously. He uses Twitter. He always is saying stuff. I think in his post-game, or one of his post-game interviews, he said, it's like Woodstock out here, and he said something about Mike Leach and credited it to him. I mean, this dude, now I'm not saying Kiffin is the smartest man. The Lane train, he'll pick up offers from all these bigger schools, and this is what I think Fort Atlantic University, I think this is what they were doing with this contract. They both know that Kiffin was probably looking to jump ship in a year or two. I mean, the university just want to make sure they have a solid 5 years or so of revenue from the publicity that is the Lane train, as well as get a nice payday when he leaves. And, when he has to pay back the school for going to a bigger program and leaving during that 10-year contract, I think actually Fort Atlantic, they benefited more from this because I don't see Kiffin 10 years. No way. USC paid Kiffin $2.5 million in salary and other benefits when he was at USC.
The thing is, he has now, being on a 10-year contract, his buyout is outrageous. It's going to be so much money. And FAU's just sitting there ha, 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 we know you're going to leave. We get it. We're not we're not a big dog. We're not University of Texas. We're FA freaking U. So the AD's let's just make this outrageous He probably tried to go for 20, and he's maybe Kiffin's dead by then. So
maybe some stupid crap. But I mean, I don't know. I think Kiffin, he hasn't yet gotten that slam dunk job offer, that he wants for now. And I mean, he's content with just playing it cool and, being nice to FAU for now. I mean, it's not like, college football coaches have ever left lucrative deals at small schools to, go to a bigger payday elsewhere. Oh, wait, Chris Peterson, almost Mike Leach, and hundreds of other examples. Never mind, that was horrible. But, I mean, yeah, dude, that's what's going to happen.
Who would you rather drink with, Mike Leach or Lane Kiffin?
Oh, okay. So, Lane Kiffin, he'd be a good time. And I think Mike Leach, the thing about him, he wouldn't be Mr., let's go rage, let's go party. He'd give you some awesome stories. And I'm sure he's he probably, from the 17 years of coaching, he's probably got a few good stories from the locker room, some good tales. I don't know. I think I would rather drink with Mike Leach if I was trying to be chill and have a nice story. But I think if I want to have some fun, put me on the Lane train. Give me a ticket.
Yeah, I think I would rather go on vacation with Mike Leach, but I think I would rather party for one night with Lane Kiffin. Because Mike Leach talks so slow, one story is going to take him 4 days. So,
yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, unless you can think of, or someone else could probably think of it, but I can't think of a coach that's like, you know what? No, I'm just going to stay at this school for 10 years, and it's going to be, a low salary. I don't think so. I think it's laughable.
Well, Boise State tried to make Chris Peterson do that, and he denied us. So.
Oh yeah, he went straight to UW. That's why I said.
My goodness, he could have gone. Chris Peterson could have gone to any other school. I'd be just fine. I hate the Huskies.
No, stupid.
Of course, he had to go to my childhood freaking nightmare of a team and sign a lucrative deal and be good and go to the playoffs in his third year. What a prick! Just double birds the Boise State. We're over here winning Las Vegas Bowls while he's going to college football playoff.
Oh, by the way, here's Kiffin. They just won the Cherubundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton. What the? Are you kidding?
Also, in dramatic fashion, they beat them only by 50. My Lord.
Oh, dramatic! You should have seen. They almost held them to 0 points. It was unbelievable.
I also saw that Lane Kiffin went for 2 when he was up 35. So very Lane Kiffin move there.
That was, I did see that.
Ultra Lane Kiffin, and I loved it. I hope, when he scored the 52nd point or something like that, I was like, go for 2, be Lane Kiffin. I thought he was just going to absolutely murder the other team. It was Akron, right?
Yeah, and I thought he was going to take a knee, going into the fourth quarter. I was hoping something like that, too.
Oh, my gosh, dude. I wish he pulled the Pete Carroll where he actually, the other team was actually going for it and calling timeouts, and he threw that, 80-yard bomb against UCLA.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was hoping something like that happened where Akron, they called timeout with 2 minutes left, down 45, and Lane Kiffin's like, screw it, and throws a Hail Mary and scores a touchdown.
Yeah, no, perfect. That I feel like if you go to USC and you coach there, you pick up on some sort of sore winner or loser something right there. I feel like.
Gosh, I just want Lane Kiffin to go to a big school and make such a mockery of the school and be the biggest commodity outside of his players.
Well, isn't that what he is at Florida Atlantic?
Well, kind of, and I actually want him to go to the SEC so he gets to play Nick Saban every year and troll him consistently.
I still think he'd get rolled over, dude. There ain't no way.
100%. But I want them to be I want him to bring. What needs to happen? He needs to go to an SEC school like Vanderbilt, and then this recruit that had huge problems. He got arrested for murder back when he was 12. But he's a 5-star recruit. All of a sudden, he believes in Lane Kiffin's coaching methods. He signs with Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt goes on a 4-year run with this kid being the centerpiece. And I feel like that would be so Lane Kiffin.
No, Lane Kiffin needs a Johnny Manziel on his team.
Right. He needs to just find this idiot who believes in his system and just goes on a freaking tear,
Yep.
He just finds this random kid in Louisiana just throwing a football 100 yards every throw. So,
oh yeah, no, the Lane train. Yeah. Anyways, there's my hot take. No way. I think Kiffin stays possibly 4 years, maybe 5 years. His buyout will be insane, but where would he go? Oh, it's a struggling program.
Long live Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Long live Lane Kiffin. I agree with that.
Huge shout out to Noah Schmick for coming on the podcast and doing the Schmick Showdown. We are going to have Noah on for the Schmick Showdown every Friday, so you're not going to want to miss a Friday podcast. You can listen to him on every single Friday, like I mentioned earlier, but I'm pumped for that segment every week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Noah's going to pick a topic, and we are going to just go. So we actually have more segments coming up here with good vibes, bad vibes, and then, of course, on Tuesday, we always release the regional roundup. But this Good Vibes, Bad Vibes is one of my favorites, so you're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned.
This is Good Vibes, Bad Vibes on the Armchair Army Podcast.
All right, we are going to get started with a good vibe this week. My good vibe, have you guys seen Tim Lincecum lately? So Tim Lincecum, if you don't know, he was a University of Washington product out of college, and he pitched for the Giants, 3-time World Series winner, and he hasn't pitched since 2016, but there was a picture on Instagram about a week ago that had Tim Lincecum, and he's been tiny all his career. I think he's close to 6 foot, but he's been, 160, 170 pounds soaking wet. But he looks jacked out of his mind, and he's ready for a comeback. I'm jacked for it. I hope the Mariners sign him just out of pure, he's a hometown kid, but he still throws 84 miles an hour, and that's awful. So I can't wait for him to make his comeback and try to come back. But if you haven't seen Tim Lincecum, he is jacked. So go on Instagram, find that picture. It's crazy. Nobody's found Tim Lincecum for a year, apparently. He's been off the radar, and he just comes out with this picture that he's just yoked. So I'm excited for him. I don't care how well he does in the MLB, but I'm excited that he's even trying to toss the rock around. So that's really fun with Tim Lincecum. But we are going to move to the bad vibe, which is even funnier. My bad vibe of the week is going to be Kentavious Caldwell Pope. For one, what a name. What a name, Kentavious. Whoever thought of that name, bravo. Bravo. But Kentavious Caldwell Pope, if you don't know, he violated his probation and has to serve 25 days in jail. Oh, by the way, he's still employed by the Los Angeles Lakers. So he's unable to travel to away games. The Lakers are still employing him for their team. And so if you didn't know, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, he had a run-in with the police, drunk and disorderly, a DUI, that stemmed in March when he was with the Pistons, so he wasn't even with the Lakers. So the Lakers signed him knowing that he had this charge. He violated his terms of probation 2 or 3 weeks ago. He has to serve 25 days in jail. The Lakers, instead of cutting him, they're still having him on the team. He's been to every practice with an ankle bracelet. He can go to games with an ankle bracelet. And so just the craziest scenario. I don't think please remind me if I'm wrong, but I have never ever seen a current NBA or any active roster professional athlete be able to play while they're incarcerated. How crazy is that? He's on a work release program, in quotes, work release. He gets to go play at Staples Center, come back and hang out with the boys in the big house. How crazy is that? That's my bad vibe, but that's kind of a good vibe. How good for you, Kentavious. Whoever is Kentavious Caldwell Pope's lawyer, big props to you, buddy. Getting this guy to still be on the Lakers while serving jail time is nuts. The Lakers are going to Houston in the next couple of days. He's going to miss the game there, but the Lakers apparently don't care. They want him on the team. He violated probation. He's in jail he has to spend nights in jail, and then he goes and hangs out with the Lakers and plays for the Lakers in the daytime, I guess. So weirdest scenario that I've ever seen, but crazy. But that is going to be my good vibe, bad vibe of the week. Thank you guys all for listening. We won't have a podcast this Tuesday because Christmas is on Monday, but we will be back with you on Friday, so you'll get a double dose of the Schmick Show today, and then you'll get a Schmick Show as well next Friday. So stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss Noah Schmick here on the podcast. But thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys. Go subscribe if you can. And also the Armchair Army group on the Capital One Bowl Mania. I just want to give a little update. The Schmick Show and Street Monkey are tied for the number one spot in that $25 gift card to Amazon. If you have not joined, there is still time. We've only got out of all the bowls, the highest one is 4 points, so you're only 4 behind. I know Shane Larson joined from the Game Time Guru a little late, and he's still just a little bit behind. But if you want to join, you still can and still win that that $25 gift card. But thank you guys all for listening. You guys have a great holiday weekend.